welcome back to the channel. In today's video we are going to be talking about tyres. Now the M140 kind of eats rear tyres because, as you all know, high powered rear wheel drive car is obviously heavy on tyres. Now this video isn't directly aimed at the M140, it's aimed at these tyres, and if you guys want a good tyre for the money, then look no further. So for those of you who don't know, the M140i comes on a staggered wheel and tyre setup from factory. Normally they have the Michelin Pilot Super Sport tyres on a 225/40/18 front and a 245/35/18 rear. Now for those of you who are watching this video, I'm guessing you use your car every single day and it doesn't see too many track days. So this is why I'm not going to talk about track days. I'm just going to tell you a real life so-called review on what these tyres are like. Now like you can see, I've changed my wheels. These are Bowler FLC and they're 8.5 ET42 all round, and I've had to run a 5mm spacer all round because on the front with this tyre setup it kind of hits the suspension leg, so you need to space those wheels out. All the wheels are the same size and I am running 245/35/18 all round on a Goodyear Eagle F1 Super Sport. Now most people would go Michelin Pilot Sport 4, but I've had Michelin Pilot Sport 4s in the past and are good to go from the get-go. Out of the box, no warming tyres up. They are really good dry grip, really good wet grip, comfortable, good wearing. Only thing is they are kind of expensive. But this is why I went for the Goodyear, because they are cheaper. Overall they have better ratings. Now I'm not saying they better, I'm not getting into that debate. Now most of you probably look at tyres and you like the sidewall. Look at these. These have a thick sidewall and a good rim protector. I want to tell you guys how it feels, what it's like, and just tell you my experience on driving with these tyres. So I'm going to give you my genuine thoughts on these tyres, because too many tyre reviews on the internet just talk about how good they are on track, when, let's be honest, I'd say a good 80% of us never take our cars on track. First thing I noticed about these Goodyears, they are quieter than my previous set of tyres. Now that may be down to how they were worn, because I've had my alignment done since then and this is feeling so much better. There's no squirming on the roads anymore. Even in the dry on my previous set of tyres, the car was pretty much all over the shop, and the extra power from the downpipe and the map kind of made it not so much fun to drive. It just wanted to send you into the nearest ditch. So the tyre noise, I don't find it bad at all. I can't really complain, to be honest, but you can hear the tyres, obviously. With the 245s up front, it feels more planted. It feels as if the car is sitting more square. Now that's probably in my head, but with a staggered setup it really did feel back end happy because you've got a narrow set of tyres up front. However, it does feel as if my steering has gone heavier, so the road feedback does feel a lot better. Just put into Sports Plus, and again the steering does go heavier anyway, but I can feel the road. I can feel a lot of feedback, and that's a good thing, because a lot of these M140s you don't really get much feedback, and that's why a lot of people would go and buy an M car, because of maximum feedback and overall car enthusiast. Anyway, this car does have adaptive suspension, so that does have a lot to do with it. The sidewalls on these Super Sports are stiffer than a lot of other tyres, when you got them off the car, if you try and push them down, there's not much play there. A lot of other tyres, when you push on them, there's a lot of play. Some tyres are really squishy. These ain't. They seem to hold their shape well, and when cornering, that comes in massively because you can really lean on these tyres, really rely on them, and they are very playful. These Super Sports are playful. They will step out, but it does give you a lot of control. It really does. It's not a case of when the car steps out is uncontrollable and it steps out fast. So if I go a bit faster into this corner, when the car steps out, it sort of steps out slowly, and it just gives you that bit more fun, which you sort of want. Well, that's what I would want anyway. You can't really push them to maximum performance on local roads, but when you do push them, they don't tend to give up by any means. Chances are you're going to give up before these tyres give up. Now, if it was on track, that's going to be a whole different ball game, but on local roads, these tyres have got your back. That brings me on to wet grip, because 6 days out of 7 over here, it's raining. Now, when it is raining, when you're driving normal, let's be real with each other, no one is booting their car in the wet. Nobody is racing anyone in the wet. Who does that? Because I don't. Why would I want to do that? That doesn't make any sort of sense. So, when you're driving along, going about your day, even if you do want to pick up a bit of speed because you are in a little bit of a rush, the wet doesn't faze these tyres. It really does feel, in some cases, like you're driving in the dry. Gliding, coming off roundabouts doesn't seem to be an issue. The back stepping out when you don't want it to doesn't seem to be an issue. Overall, wet grip ratings are really, really good. With it being a much more performance-based tyre than the isometric 5, which the Super Sport will give a harder ride than the isometric 5, it does give a crashier ride around town. So that's something to think of. But then again, if you do have a performance car, put the Goodyear Super Sports on if they've got them in your size. Goodyear have the best rim protectors in the game. They just do. Now, chances are, if you use your car every single day, you're not really going to push these tyres beyond their means where you say, I need a better tyre. That's not going to happen. It's really not. If you track your car all the time, then you will see some flaws. But for an average driver, these would be more than enough. And for me, they're more than enough. And you guys know, I like to visit Mexico now and again and give the car a good home. Cost-wise, you cannot complain about how much these cost. I will be buying these again. They do look good on the car. They do perform really well in the dry. They do perform really well in the wet. They do give me good feedback. And they're cheaper. For me, it's a win-win. It really is, and I do recommend them. I can't recommend them enough. I just wanted to tell you guys my thoughts on these tyres the same way as an average buyer would look at them. So if you did go on to enjoying this video, leave a like in the like rating down below. I would really appreciate it. Don't forget to click subscribe, click that notification bell to be up to date on all future videos. Also, I will be looking at getting you guys, the viewers, the subscribers, the people who support me, I'm looking at getting your cars on the channel. So if you want that to happen, if you want me to drive your car, or if you want to take me out in your car, send me an email, because I'm sure we can sort something out. But let me know in the comment section, what sort of tyres are you running on your car, no matter what car it is. I want to know, are you happy with them? Do you recommend them? Let me know. And thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys on the next one.